LSU. Just putting those two names together can jumpstart a host of feelings and memories through Tuscaloosa and Baton Rouge. Moments of frustration, disbelief, and jubilation due to the battles that these two have had. From national championship games to season derailments, this rivalry has had it all, and we've got even more for you today. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers offense will have first crack at this one. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollack.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
To the air on first down. Hauls it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Got his man downfield. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the defense had that pegged. There was nowhere to go. As soon as that tight end caught the football, he was on the ground. Nice job by the defense sitting him on the ground quickly.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Gets open down the middle. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. They're going to have to contend with a group of linebackers, Jesse, who wreak havoc all over the field.
Well, they say speed kills in college football, and I think that's what makes this position group so special. It's really hard to get the ball to the perimeter because of these linebackers and their sideline-to-sideline speed. But, David, in passing situations, they can also blitz and get after your quarterback.
Breaks into the open. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He rolls all the way up to the 40-yard line before going out of bounds in this running game, making an impact.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to it. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
He's going to let it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. He'll take the deep shot. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
He's got an open man. Bringing it back. The 40. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud. Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
Trying play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in the step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole...
Touchdown LSU! Fitted in the window for the score. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Here's the handoff. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. They'll give it to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big.
Turning it on. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
With the run on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Moving away from pressure. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down.
Touchdown, Bama! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Coffee. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Send the tight end in motion. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Plows through the defense. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Keep it on the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Right down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. They'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Running back searching for a hole. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He leaves it with the back. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. It's complete on the right side. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
LSU 7.
They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down, just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the returner will be knocked down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for once.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. Got his man. Turns it on at midfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
7 yards.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Going to swing it on second down. Trying to get behind the defense. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds the tight end. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be...
There he goes. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you gotta have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Right back to the well. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
Oh, there's an alley on the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Under fire. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Working that wide receiver screen. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Trying the left side. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got his man out of the backfield. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Pocket breaking down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Got his man. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be dead at the 35-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking down the left side. Oh, it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
Here's a heat. It's complete. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Fires to the big fella. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's looking to pass. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. Looking to get it in. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news...
Breaks into the open. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. They'll ride the hot hand.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got him downfield. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. The give out of the gun. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Man down on the play is the official. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown tie. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Motion from the wideout. Starts the drive, trying to go up top. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Looking to throw on first down. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Backed up now. Here's second and long. The give on the inside. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Motion from the back. Wants to throw on first down. Flips it out to the back. Fights off a defender. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. The run from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Finds his tight end. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Right on the money. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He wants to throw it again. On target. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. He splits the uprights. That pulls them to within 15, 28-13 the score.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Finds his man. It's Soto. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Making side adjustments here. Now the play fake. Throws to the tight end. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Back to pass, it's Stewart. He's got it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. Alabama will get the first down.
How nice is it to have a running back with this guy's skill set, right? That's not a guaranteed give-me 4th down conversion either, but still, they trust in him to find the crease and keep this drive alive.
They're going to ride this running back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll run play action. Dances away. The throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. Looks as if the Crimson Tide will have the first down. They needed less than a yard, didn't hesitate, didn't think about the field goal. Probably a little long for that, but they get the first down.
And now that you've got it and a fresh set of downs, look at where they are in the field. You're sort of in that fringe area. There are a lot of coaches that like to take shots at this specific juncture of the field. Let's see what the offense does here.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football, and you're not...
Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bama! And the punishment has been extended. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Complete to the right. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. First down here for the offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. LSU now operating in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got him. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Trying to punch it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
LSU, 13.
As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Tight end now in motion. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tigers!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Might as well stick with him. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Makes the catch. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Breaks the tackle. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. The Tide with the 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Give to the running back. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. They get to the line quickly.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll run it to the 10. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Barges ahead. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And so how physical are you willing to be offensively at this point on 3rd down coming up? Do you want to keep trying to run the football? I mean, you're right there.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking a...
Oh, he's got some space. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice game.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
To the air on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. LSU quick to the line.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Wants to keep it in the air. Under fire. A little release to the back. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Using the quick game. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down. Looking downfield on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Here's the pressure. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people